I wanted to go over a tweet. This is all positive. Nothing about this is negative. It's all positive. It's a gotcha smack tweet. And the reason why I wanted to go over, it's actually two tweets from Gotcha Smack. The reason why I wanted to go over this is because I talk about a lot of the negatives. I think it's good to shine light on the positives as of how to deliver a message, how to conduct yourself as someone in the space, and obviously just I am strategically doing this off stream because I don't want there to be any bias, right? Obviously, people when they stream, they're up to themselves 10 or 11, whatever, and chat's egging them on. But like, there's a lot of Mr. Chokey, Mr. Jokey, whatever. I like Pokey, I really do, and I'm gonna try to mention Pokey as little as possible in this video because realistically, that whole thing is squashed. This is talking about Gotcha Smack and giving kudos to Gotcha Smack for being able to convey his message and be as objective and critical in a way where it's like, hey man, like this is how you do it. Like this is how you do it, right? So the initial tweet Gotcha Smack made was, excuse me, I just want to say that Zenless Zone Zero team is doing a phenomenal job with their arcade and minigames. Vampire Survivors, Fall Guys, Racing, etc. These are what minigames are supposed to be like, dog. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think the minigames, they're not on like Mario Party level, but they're fun. Like they're fun. Like this is the closest thing I think to like a Mario Party-esque thing in a gacha game. 1000% agree. The arcades are dope. The Fall Guys stuff is good. I recorded a video with me and my girlfriend on it. I don't think if I'm gonna release it because I don't know if people want to watch it, but it was fun. Like, excuse me. I think they have like a 2048 mini game, which is crazy. Like they're just stealing all these other games and putting it in there, but there's nothing wrong with that. It's dope, right? So they have blown everyone out of the water in this space by miles. I had so much fun on stream yesterday with chat playing Fall Guys. It was insane. Now, the great thing about this tweet is that it's not inflammatory. He's giving his opinion, and he's giving his opinion in a way in which that is not really attacking any other game. And he's saying, hey, bro, these mini games are dope. And I believe the reception was positive. That's my tweet that's blowing up right now. Pokey said, watch out, trolling, obviously. This is for real. Shout out to my boy Limbo. Shout out to Red New. And then there's Fob talking about Nikki. Like, all right, brother. All right, Gooner. No, I'm kidding, right? But overall, pretty positive stuff. For the minigames are so good. Minigames are supposed to be like Yakuza. Be like in Yakuza, blah, blah, blah. Can't believe you say ZZ minigames are better than Woo-Wah. Bloody Hoyo, shout out to Vulcan. I can't believe you actually said that. All positive stuff. There might be some person here or there who's stupid and will take this in a negative way, and it is what it is, right? But the way Gotcha Smack is delivering this message is pretty straightforward, straight up opinion, not directly shitting on any other game, just giving positive feedback, right? And so then he dropped this other tweet, which is a great tweet. The tweet is proof that so long as you don't aggro or single out a community, they take no issue with sharing opinions or praise of the games in opposition to theirs. And before someone comes in and says, well, actually, I've said anything about Echo XP and gets attacked, like, listen, there's always going to be weirdos. There's always going to be parasocial weirdo peoples of the gacha community mob trying to attack you, right? But again, this tweet is proof in real time. Bro literally said these minigames are good, and they are. Like, Genshin minigames are not that fun. Honkai Star Rail minigames are really not that fun. The couple Woo had I enjoyed. The Minesweeper, I thought the Minesweeper was really dope, actually. It was honestly one of my favorite minigames and one of my favorite events in Woo. I think the Woo events are lacking, whatever, that's a different conversation. But it's pretty straightforward, right? There's one guy who found a way to be offended, but the vast majority are supporter or impassive. And there's always going to be that one guy who's an idiot. That's what it is. Another facet is my history of opinions on all gacha games. I'd argue my rapport on giving opinions has been built up over time to be closer to fair and unbiased, the majority that are aware of me. Now, I noticed that a lot of times people shit on Smack, maybe because like they don't like his delivery or some shit. But I mean, realistically, this guy has no bias to any of these video games, and this is not a shot at Pokey or anyone else. You could put any content creator in there, whether it's like I Win to Lose, who has early access, or doesn't matter. I don't think he really gets early access like that. The dude makes a bag. He does advertisements. He plays the games, and he just calls them out. And even getting early access, you could still be critical, right? Like I don't think that. Let's say someone who would get early access like Brags. I don't think he's like a shill or something. I think he could straight up say if he likes a unit or not, But I know that to me and to a lot of other people in the community who actually watch Gotcha Smack, he is educated, right? So again, yeah, glaze or whatever. But when the opinion comes from someone who has no affiliations, or even if they have affiliations, but they have a great record of just being unbiased, it's nice, right? So, an opinion on games over time really matters in the long run for CC's credibility, because there's going to view based off of your past opinions and having biases, objectivity, and fairness. Now, again, I can understand maybe some people might think like having early access is a negative. Listen, man, if Woowa reached out to me and they said, Ethan, we want to give you early access, I would be dumb to say no, right? At the same time, I would still be just as critical now as I am if I was working with Withering Waves. Now, I'd probably have to be a little bit nicer and saying Echo XP is dog shit, right? I'd say, it's not really good. But that doesn't necessarily 100% mean that, you're not credible and you're greedy and stupid or whatever. This is a joke, right? But the point is that if you just speak your mind with however you feel, as long as you're doing it in a way that, again, that's not slighting the other content creator, the other game or anything, it's really not a big deal. It's okay, right? Example, if I have a history of glazing Woowa with zero scrutiny, and then I have a negative opinion on ZZZ, going to tell the ZZ community my opinion is severely compromised and vitriol. Reading comprehension of a 7-year-old, my bad. Which is true. I could definitely see this point of view, right? That's why it is very good, as Tech has said, as I have said, as a lot of other content creators, Gacha Smack included, is don't be a bootlicker. Don't be it doesn't have to be Hoyo, just don't be a company bootlicker. Like, give your opinion, right? Like this 5.5 patch or 5.4, whatever it is, on a sub on timer off, it sucked, right? There might be a good event with the Spiral Abyss, but there's no other way to spin it other than the fact that event, I mean, this patch is trash, right? It is. And so, when people are like, yeah, I guess it is what it is, I could save my primos. It's like, no, just fucking say how you feel. And so when you beat around the bush and you're not just direct, and Tech spoke about this in a tweet and even on stream recently, where it's like, listen, excuse me, just say what's on your mind. You don't have to preface it. You really don't. Just explain it. And don't worry about saying like, oh, maybe this is going to impact my reputation. Like maybe Hoyoverse might be mad if I say this patch is trash. Like, listen, I'm not going to lie to you. For any CC that's smaller than me, maybe bigger than me, who's watching this, I'm going to be honest with you. Hoyoverse is not looking for the next Doro. And I'm not saying Doro as a bad way. I'm just saying, like, speak your mind, talk it. Like, you're not going to be, if you sat there and just make videos praising the game, you're doing more harm than you're doing good. And stop looking down on people speaking out on things. Just a sidebar, right? But anyways, this is especially true when a game is in a sorry state. And what I mean by that is, like, they're not going to just randomly pick you to do 10 ads and you're going to make a bank off, like a band off of that or whatever it is. Like, it's not happening. It's not, right? This is especially true when a game is in a sorry state and the scrutiny is absent from the CC that covers it, or vice versa. The praise is absent despite the game delivering commendable update. ZZZ deserved a fuck ton of praise. Genizon made an amazing video, which I reacted to. I'll link it, my reaction to that here. Great reaction. He really he put over Genizon, put over ZZZ and Woowa, which both deserve to have praise, because I think they're the two best Gacha games out. I don't think ZZZ is my favorite, or really like my second favorite, but still amazing, right? The community is more astute of your entire track record than you may realize. This is because they're supportive as much as they're critical. TLDR, always keep it a stack in good faith. I don't strive to put these games in a good light or bad light, but rather the light I believe to be the most accurate. Some asshole on the internet. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know who said that. I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, all of this is true. It's crazy. All of this is true. I just think, shout out to Gacha Smack, man, because again, I don't want to just sit here and cover negative things on the channel and ways and tweets and things that I don't like. I really like this, and I really want to spread light on this. And I feel like if we can find a way collectively as a community to communicate in a way where we're not only saying how we feel, but don't have to be derogatory or inflammatory 24/7, I don't think that's a bad thing. Now, obviously, if your intention's to rage bait, listen, it is what it is, right? You're going to do what you want to do. But a lot of people don't understand how their words, or how they frame their words and their actions, can be perceived, and don't look at the other side. And so, shout out to Gacha Smack for simply making a claim that someone could misinterpret with that initial tweet saying, well, so you think Wuthering Waves minigames suck? You think Genshin Impact minigames suck? You think that Mario Kart bullshit? Like, no. He's simply saying ZDZ deserves to be praised and that other games should look at it. And it's a pretty positive reception for someone who has gotten a lot of scrutiny and a lot of kickback from the community and has been targeted multiple times. A pretty decent reaction, right? So yeah, I just wanted to point this out because again, I got a lot of respect for Spack. I think he's a good dude. And yeah, again, I don't want to only cover negative. I want to use this as an example. I am trying my hardest to be conscious of what happens, what I say in my videos and things like that. You know, like even when I make a video that might be a little bit clickbaity or whatever, like that's the reason why I made, let's say, how to save Genshin Impact. I made that video because I was so critical of it. And in those other long videos I made at Genshin, I've explained how to fix those problems, but nobody really gets to that point. So I wanted to show, like, listen, I'm aware of what I'm saying might offend some people. Here's how I would fix it. Because I'm not just I'm not just complaining, I'm criticizing. I'm giving points and stuff. And I try to be very mindful. I'm not perfect. By all means, I fuck up all the time. It is what it is, right? But yeah, W smack. And I just wanted to get that out. So boys, comment, let me know what you think. And don't make the comment section a whole Mr. Pokey sucks, man. I like Pokey. Listen, man, the guy said he's going to chill with the war. Fucking see what happens, right? I think we could all just drop that and move on with our lives. So that being said, I love you boys. I'll see you in the next one.